Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are getting really close to wrapping this up here. We just need to take the Eulacia station and get this thing set up correctly. It's going to take a little while to get the Fire Core class defense platforms here, but that is absolutely fine. Let's check in on our rare crystal price. It's not quite where I want to be, so we're not going to make any sales here yet. I will sell some food, but only one batch of it for the moment. That means that we can buy some alloys, which is good, because that, of course, means that we can toss this into here. There we go. So that's all fine for now. Are you doing anything right now? Yeah, you're building an orbital ring and then heading to Rotnev. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to see. So let's go through our planetary constructions here, see if there's anything needing to happen here. We are at 2737 pops at this time, so that all looks good. Okay, not too much being needed there for the moment. We do have this construction ship that is idle, and we actually have enough influence right now. So what I want to do is I want to now sell some rare crystals, some zero, and some volatile motes now that the price is improved. And I'd love to buy in a few alloys, but the price here is not good yet. Now, we just finished the Perseus Habitat Complex, so that is this down over here. That means that we need to send out our colonization bugs, which we can definitely do, but that also means that we need to construct orbitals here, and that's going to take up alloys. Alloys are our primary lack at this point. We absolutely need to get some more alloys going, but we can build some minor orbitals down here. There we go. A major around the star. We needed to wait for the month tick to get the alloy bump there. Waiting for the autosave to finish so that we can continue. There we go. Now we can build a minor here, a minor here, a minor here. And we just have enough to squeak in a major here, I believe. Yeah. Excellent. So that all got finished, but we need enough for the Water Nymph 3 to be able to build around Torfree's Star. So checking in on the price of alloys, it's not ideal. That's for sure. Hopefully that price goes down eventually, but for right now, yeah, I don't want to purchase at this price. That means that this construction ship is going to remain idle until such a... Oh, hello. Somebody just made a bunch of sales. Perfect. Well, there we go. That point is no longer relevant. I like it. So we need to come in over here then and build ourselves a Habitat Central Complex. No more do we have any idle construction ships. I like it. That is phenomenal. We can also come over to Eulacia and get ourselves some additional Fire Coral class defense platforms queued up. So that's wonderful. We've got quite a lot queued up here, and it will take a while to get through all of this. I'm thinking moving up these ancient ramparts. Not the communications jammer, thank you very much. But the ancient ramparts can move up for now. Something along the lines of that. There we go. That'll do for the moment. So this is going to take a while to get through this portion of construction alone, let alone starting on the Fire Coral class defense platforms. This station is gonna be kind of slow to get that all done. That's fine. For the moment, that is completely a-okay. We'll buy in more alloys. What that means is while this is finishing up, we can maybe build that last fleet. But I want to get the Fire Coral class defense platforms queued up here first. That's the mission. So there we go. We now have some amount of Fire Coral class defense platforms. Let's see. We have 6 ancient ramparts, 3 there, so that's 9 total. So this is 35 minus 9, so we have 26 defense platforms queued up. Okay, sure. That seems relatively fine. How's that price on rare crystals? It's decent. 0, it's okay. Volatile motes, it's not okay. We don't want to sell volatile motes at this price, but rare gases, we can absolutely do that. Beautiful. We can sell some food. We could sell minerals. Consumer goods aren't really worth selling, but there we go. That'll be fine for now. Okay, so that is all looking good for the moment. I would love it. Actually, the price on alloys dropped again, so we can buy in a few more of those. That is, of course, we're very reliant right now on buying alloys. That is not going to be a viable thing if the entire galaxy turns against us when we unleash the big one. So that is definitely something to note. That's going to be a significant problem, in fact. I do think bringing up this defense grid supercomputer is fine, and then working on the ancient ramparts. Yeah, that seems okay. So we can queue up another defense platform here. That seems wonderful. And our current pop count is 2746. A mothballed fleet. So we just got this fleet here. That's interesting. So this is a crashing wave. We got some escorts and battle cruisers here. Huh. That's very interesting. So those escorts are technically destroyers, and the battle cruisers are technically battleships, right? So we could put in a Titan here, and then we can put in some cruisers and some corvettes. Then we can retrofit this design, but we can't actually change it. I kind of want to send this to the Enclave and scrap it for alloys, to be honest. So where is that again? There should be an Enclave for that. Contacts. It's in here somewhere. I don't use contacts very often. Okay, so we're looking for the scrappers in here. They're in here somewhere. There's a bunch of mercenary enclaves. There's a mirror empire. Right. Mercenary enclaves. Trader enclaves. More mirror empires. Salvager enclave. This is what we're looking for. Where are you? We'd like to scrap a fleet. Okay, so in the Ishtram system. Yep, that seems correct. So we want the crashing wave to come into Ishtram here, and we want it to... Where's their station at? I don't know. For the time being, we're going to come into here. Let's just get that on the way. Ah, here they are. I don't want to attack them. I just want to come in over here. I think we just have to enter the system and then talk to them. So that's okay. We'll get there in the eventual times.
Construction complete.
That's a weird place for a construction, or rather for a colonization ship to be. But okay, whatever. We finished up over here, and that means that we want to head over to Ulasia and begin work on an orbital ring over here. So how much do we need in terms of alloys for that? 1,000 is the answer. Okay, alloys are pretty cheap right now, so let's buy a few. And let's get this queued up. So we're going to build an orbital ring around Ulasia. Perfect. So that looks great. We'll get that all finished up. Did we already build an orbital ring here? I think we did. Yes, that is accurate. Cool. We just detected a gravity storm. All looks good there. Wonderful. So we can put additional alloys into the Ulasia station, of course. There we go. That defense grid supercomputer finishing up right now. So that's going to move our defense platform cap from 48 to 60. And it's going to continue to come up as we get these ancient ramparts built. So that'll be absolutely wonderful. Okay, so that will get finished up eventually. We're now at 2747 pops, so we've had very little pop growth over the last little while. This science ship not doing anything at this moment. I'm going to just put it on automation. We can have it do everything except special projects. Go do things. Is the thing that you're doing going to the bugged system to survey? Yes. Okay, we should probably have it no longer be on survey systems, but rather do everything else. There we go. So that way it doesn't go to the bugged system. That'll be fine. So these guys are going to arrive in the target system in like 6 months or so. That's okay. We're going to scrap them, and we're going to make a hopefully decent amount of alloys off of that. I don't remember how scrapping them works. I very rarely utilize that, but we'll get there. And then, of course, the price of alloys is low, so let's buy some. Pirates in Dorelian.
Station under attack.
Okay, so the station may actually need some help with that one. We'll see. I'm going to preemptively send the tsunami fleet out just in case. It'll arrive in 83 days. Not too bad. So we're going to have this fight the station. They should be fighting the station right now. There we go. Now there's battling occurring. Station has missed twice. That's very unfortunate for it. There's a decent hit. But yeah, the station is definitely going to need help. It's target swapping. It missed a bunch of times at the beginning. This is not going well for that station. That's okay. We're going to pop in here very, very soon indeed. So that all looks good. I want to get more energy credits here, so I'd like to do a rare crystal sale, a 0 sale. Volatile motes are decent, so we can sell some of those as well. And then we can buy more alloys at a pretty decent price, so that looks wonderful. In Ulasia, we're going to continue to build up defense platforms here. Beautiful. So we have finished up our defense grid supercomputer here. We're working on the ancient ramparts. Those are going to take like 6 months each, and then like a year for each of these, and then each of these defense platforms is going to be an additional 2 months. So this is going to take quite a while. We're at 52 queued constructions here. Okay, so we're definitely getting pretty close to capping out our defense platforms, but we're not quite there yet. And that number is going to increase over time as well. So that's absolutely fine. We're going to arrive down in Dorelion soon. This pirate fleet has definitely taken damage. It's not through the armor yet on this station. Okay, good target selection there. Stay on your target. There you go. And now our reinforcements are coming in. What type of storm is this? Electric. Okay, noted. So obviously, these guys are no match for our fleet. And we'll send our fleet back home now that we've eliminated that. Our fleet just had to arrive and take a couple pot shots to finish them off. So that's absolutely wonderful. Checking in on the price of alloys, 0.98. I love it. So we'll get a few more of these Fire Coral class defense platforms queued up. Wonderful. So we now have 57 queued constructions here, 5 ancient ramparts, so 7 total, and this is 58, so this is actually 51 queued defense platforms. We're getting very, very close here, but we still need to get more of these constructions done to get up to the actual number that we're going to need to be at. Specifically, we need to get these ancient ramparts completed. So that's absolutely fine for right now. We are going to get our last fleet going eventually, but I want to check in on this construction ship. Okay, you finished up over here in Lazon. There's nothing more for you to do there, so I want to head. We already did not do Figazar. Okay, enter orbit here. We're going to be waiting on influence, which is okay. Not long. We're not going to be waiting on influence for a long time, but we are going to be waiting for a little bit, which is okay. So these guys are going to be arriving in Ishtram shortly. We're transiting via Hyper Relay, and we'll be arriving very, very soon. So we're going to scrap these for alloys, and hopefully that will get us a decent chunk of them that we can put into accelerating our plans. That's the overall idea here, anyway. Cool. So we're in Ishtram right now, and I want to talk to the Union of Tinkerers. We'd like to scrap a fleet. Okay. Yes, the Crashing Wave. So this is going to be about 3,000 alloys for 300 energy credits. That's very worthwhile. Do it. Your reclaimed materials will be with you shortly. Okay. Maybe on the month tick? They didn't pop in immediately. I actually expected them to pop in immediately, but maybe it comes in on the month tick. We'll see. So we have the Clever Clam idling. There's not really much for it to be doing at this point. Yeah, it doesn't have anything to do. So it can idle for the time being. That's fine. We have this up in Vindemir, and it's going to need to head to, like, Lichtabon next. And it's going to need to idle for a little bit. We're not having quite enough influence here, so this is fine for the moment. And, of course, the Mischievous Muscle, which we don't have enough influence for either. For the time being, this is fine. We did just finish up here. We need to send out our colonization bugs, which we will do. We still haven't received those alloys. They said we'll receive them shortly, so that's interesting. I wonder when they're going to come in. I mean, it's free alloys, so if it doesn't come in, it's not the end of the world. But I would be sad if we got scammed. That'd be very sad. We'll do a major orbital here, and a minor orbital here, and a minor here. That all looks good. Okay. For now, that is fine. Yeah, I wonder how long it's going to take them to get us our alloys. We'll buy 2,500 here. And we'll immediately put this into Fire Coral class defense platforms. There we go. Max here is currently 63, and we're getting very close to having the maximum number queued. But of course, this number is going to increase up to, I believe, 78. So we're going to need a few more, but not that many, to be honest. We're getting very, very close here. It's just going to take time to get all of this built up. And that's why I'm thinking we probably go for that 8th fleet before we trigger this, because it's going to take a while to get all of this construction finished. And that's absolutely understood. That's not an issue in the slightest. So I want to make some sales here. There we go. And we can buy in another batch of alloys. Wonderful. So there's another set of defense platforms going in there. This is now up to 66 in the queue. And we just finished an ancient rampart, so this is now 5, so that's 61 in theory that are queued up out of the 66 that we can currently queue. So we can get like 5 more. That's not bad. We can buy this, and now Ulasia is going to be maxed. Not quite, actually. We're short, I think, 1 defense platform, but we're nearly maxed for our current amount. It's not the maximum amount. This will go up over the next couple of years, but that's absolutely fine. For the time being, we're just waiting on this month tick. And as soon as this month tick comes in, we're going to get this Fire Coral class defense platform. I'd really like to see those roughly 3,000 alloys come in. Eventually they'll come, right? Okay, so now we're at our max defensive platform capacity until these ancient ramparts are finished. That's going to be roughly 2 years before that's done. So we can start working on our 8th fleet at this point. Now we're at 2758 pops, so that's a pretty significant pop growth. Let's take a peek through our planetary constructions here and see if there's anything that needs attention. Looks like every single one of those new pops was immediately put to work, and that's great. We're very happy about that. The core is at 79 devastation at this time. Ah, here's the train of cargo barges from the Union of Tinkerers. Finally. That took a while to get here. Okay, well, we'll get the 3,000 alloys. That is fine. We're absolutely delighted by that. And we're at 66 here, yeah. So there's a particle storm up over this way right now that's slowing this down. That's understood. We could, in theory, temporarily boost this up in terms of housing and amenities. It's just an awkwardly timed storm. How long is this storm going to last? 5 years? That's not bad. And Gamma Valorum's right on the edge right now. If it moves toward our primary area like this, which it should with the storm attraction, then it should clear Gamma Valorum on the next update, most likely. So I don't think we need to do anything there.
Handshake protocols
right now.
activated.
That looks good. Migration treaty, we need the influence, so no for the moment. So that ancient rampart, a ways away. For the moment, I would like to focus, yes, scum and villainy, that's understood. I would like to focus on getting ourselves our final Titan built. So we'll get that going. Not up here. Titan. There we go. We'll get that going. 840 days on that. I just want to get that started. And we should also probably get ourselves a single Corvette like we did before. And that will be the foundational ship of this fleet. But I want to get that Titan started because they take so long to build. So that's absolutely fine. I'd also like to check through some of these habitation rings here and see if there's anything needing to be done. Yes. Okay, we should definitely put in a pair of orbital anchorages here. Cool. So that looks good for the time being. I want to hop up over this direction to get some of these civilian ships going. So this one up in Lictabon, this one in Figazar, that's understood. What I want to do right now is simply build a major orbital here. Or rather, a habitat central complex here. We're lacking a little bit of alloys for that, which isn't shocking. We can buy a couple. There we go. And we'll put in a habitat central complex here. Cool. And then, of course, there's this construction ship up here, which is going to be idle for a while, unfortunately. It just is what it is. We're going to need more influence for that. Okay, so that seems fine for the moment. We're at 2765 pops now. So we're getting some big population ticks here. I like it. That's very, very good. Let's check in on the core and boundary to see if this is updated. Yes, so you can see here, it moved on. The core and boundary should now finally be ticking down in their planetary devastation. Not very quickly, but they are ticking down. So that looks good. We're going to be working on the housing and amenities issues in these areas. So no problem there for right now. That will eventually fix itself. Emphasis on eventually, but those storms definitely could cause some problems. Vindemere Prime requires a job. This is a new station, so that of course means that we want to put in a gene clinic and a housing district. There we go. That'll do just fine for now. What else might we want here? Well, for the moment, that's actually everything. Cool. So let's check in on Ulasia here. How are we doing? Looks like we finished up an ancient rampart. That, of course, means that we can get ourselves 3 more defense platforms queued up. Looks great. We should also have that Corvette done here. And let's move that up to Gothra for now. I wanted to just move it up like this. There we go. We would need a new leader for that. We can put this renowned leader in for the moment. And unyielding seems pretty okay. Oh, this guy has 8 traits.
Research complete.
Okay, let's grab a point of engineer, artillery focus. Actually, we probably should have gone archaeotech focus, but it's fine. Artillerist or artillery focus? I think artillery focus is just flat better. Okay, we could also grab archaeotech focus, which is an okay thing to grab. So let's take that, and then there's shipbreaker and artillerist here. I kind of want to still go with artillery focus, and then archaeotech focus 2, and then archaeotech focus 3. And then we can go for scout. Okay, so this guy is very powerful, no doubt about it. And let's get his fleet set up. So we're going to need to add in the Titan. We can't add that. That's interesting. Because we already have that Titan in production. Okay, for now, we're just going to need to do this then, and we'll move the Titan in manually later on. So this should be 6, 10, 25, 56. So 6, 10, 25...
Building a new home.
And 56. That's 152? No, we shouldn't have that. Oh, this guy can have a very, very large fleet in comparison. Okay, let's move this back to 56 for the moment, and we can scale this up a little bit. So this would be the normal size here. And then the Titan will bring that up to 210. So then we can expand this a little bit. We're going to need to keep 16 command limit available. So if we take this up to 7, 14, 28, and 56, that's pretty decent. So then 8, 16, 32, and 64 for right now. So we can actually expand this a little further than this. Interesting.
New
So
frontiers
9,
established.
I think that was one too many. Okay, 9, 18, and then this would be 36. Okay, we're a little short now, so let's bring this back to 35. Let's put this at 17, and that's where we need to be. Okay, so that'll be fine. That will happen eventually. We do need an engineering research Betharian power plant. Okay. That's exciting. So Winkwort Secundus here needs a gene clinic and a city district. Easy enough. Cool. So that is all underway at this point, but it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we're going to let Ulasia Prime work its way through its, or rather, Ulasia Station, work its way through its construction queue, finish off its defense platforms as these ancient ramparts finish, and then we're going to work up this final, somewhat larger fleet, which is going to be about 62,000 alloys. Not going to take very long at all. We'll get that done, and then I think after that, unleashing the big one. That's the idea here. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. I'm noticing all of these can be upgraded. What changed? That's interesting. What did we just Hi, console. What did we just finish for our research? Hang on. We just finished living reactive armor. That's what it is. Okay. So these guys are upgraded to living reactive armor. That means that we should do the same thing with our Titans, which are, with our battleships, to living reactive armor. There we go. That's just a slight upgrade for each of these that are currently running reactive armor. We can go to living reactive armor. So that is our cruisers. So then destroyers would be the same thing, like so. And I don't know if we're running those in our corvettes. So that means that we're going to need to do ship upgrades as well. That's understood. So we can get this going. And that is going to take living metal, which is probably fine. That's going to be the primary limiting factor here. Yeah, let's get all of these going for now. Actually, let's just do one at a time. Let's just do one at a time. So that'll be fine. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Andy McGar, Dark Horse, Xenocyte, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.